Buffalo Burritos, loaded with fiber, loaded with protein, veggies. Flavor is unfreaking believable. I'm going to show you how to make these right now. Let's go play. Hello and welcome or welcome back. I'm Corinne and I'm not only the drummer for the thrash metal band Nitemare Hippie Children, which is the music that you are going to be hearing throughout the video. I'm also a foodie who loves to play in the kitchen, creating recipes like this. Whole food, plant-based, high in fiber, high in protein, high in nutrients. They keep you feeling fuller longer. Say that 5 times fast. And they're freaking delicious. And this is one of my favorites. I am excited that you're here. I hope that you like this. So to get started on these buffalo wraps, I have an entire head of cauliflower that I have just chopped up into bite-sized pieces, going in the bowl. And then I also have a can of drained and rinsed chickpeas, also going in. All we're going to be doing to this right now is seasoning it. You can season it with simple, really whatever you want, onion powder, garlic powder, salt and pepper. My favorite seasoning, which if you know my videos, I've talked about this a couple different times, is Slap Ya Mama. I get this either at Walmart or off of Amazon. I'll have a link below. It's a Cajun seasoning, and the ingredients are salt, black pepper, red pepper, and granulated garlic. That's it. So it has a little bit of a bite to it if you like that. Like, seriously, a little bit of a bite. All I'm doing is sprinkling this over this bowl, and then I'm going to kind of do a flippity flip to season it, hopefully without making a mess, because that's happened before. That's it. Now I am going to take my cookie sheet that I have lined with parchment paper, pour this on there, spread out as much as possible, kind of overflowing a little bit using my clean hands, making sure that it's all on there evenly. That's it. Giving it one more little sprinkle with the seasoning. Then I'm putting this pan in my preheated oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes, which I'm going to do, and be right back. Okay, I put the chickpeas and cauliflower in the oven, again at 400 for about 20 minutes. I have my cute little timer set. And then in the meantime, we're going to be topping this with some homemade plant-based ranch. Don't get overwhelmed, it's so easy. And I want to give a shout out to Kiki Nelson at Plantifully Lean, Plantiful Kiki, for introducing me to this particular ranch dressing. Find her on YouTube. I'll have a link below. Her recipes and everything are freaking fantastic. She has helped me a lot along the way in the past 6.5 years that I've been eating this way, with so many good tips and tricks and recipes. I have a half a cup of raw cashews, which I get off Amazon because I get everything off Amazon. If you know me, you're going to hear me say that a lot. Raw cashews, I'll have them linked below. Soaking in a little bit of water, warm water for about a half an hour to an hour, just to kind of soften them up. So what I'm going to do with this, I have my little magic bullet that I forgot to plug in. So I'm going to take my half cup of cashews, raw cashews that have been soaking, and I'm going to mix them up in my little magic bullet blender. You can do this in a regular blender. This is easy and convenient for me, so that's what I'm doing. Raw cashews in the water that they were soaked in to turn it into a cream. And then we're going to be adding flavors to that cream. So hang tight, I'm going to blend this. This turned out perfectly. It's a little bit waterier than I anticipated, but that's okay. Still perfect. So to this, oh, this is so awesome. I have my little bowl of spices here, which is about a teaspoon-ish. I don't measure, I do it to taste. A teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of parsley, teaspoon of fresh dill, and a little bit of salt and pepper. That's it. A little bit more heavier on the dill, so maybe a teaspoon and a half, because That's what gives ranch the ranchy flavor. So I'm pouring that in, and I'm doing so after I blended the cashews because I don't want to blend the herbs. I just want to stir them in. So that's all I'm doing with this, just kind of carefully giving it a little mix. And if you want to, you can add or not add whatever you want to this. You know, do it to taste, to your liking. So just stirring this up a little bit, and look at ranch dressing. Always taste, and then you go from there. So I'm sticking my clean finger in here. That is so good. So this is going to be our homemade ranch dressing, and you see how it thickened up just a little bit by putting those herbs in there? That's perfect. So I have my little timer set. 16, 15-ish more minutes left for these to come out of the oven, and I'll show you how we assemble the wrap. See you in a minute. Okay, I just recently took the cauliflower and beans out of the oven. I let them cool for a few minutes because now comes the exciting part. Okay, we get to assemble this. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this and very carefully, without making a big ass mess, which has happened before, adding all of this to the bowl. Woo! I didn't f it up as bad as I thought I would, which is great. Putting this aside, runaway chickpea. Now to this. One thing I forgot to tell you earlier. So we'd use a half a cup of cashews, of the raw cashews, to make the ranch dip with dill. I also used another half cup of soaked cashews to make this particular cream. That's all that's in here. Cashews and water, blended it, now we have a cream. Pouring that all over this, along with, come on, you have to like this. Frank's Red Hot, going to give it the buffalo flavor. There's about a half a cup left in here, which is exactly what we need. Pour in that all over this. These two things combined is what's going to give it the buffalo flavor. Add more, add less to your liking. If you want something hotter, spicier, whatever, you do you, boo. I'm going to take all of that and mix it all up. Now it's all mixed up. Now it's time to make the burrito. So that's what we're doing. Piece of wax paper, because it just makes things a lot easier. Napkin. So you can use whatever kind of wrap you want. Normally I use either just a flour tortilla, or Walmart sells this particular spinach tortilla. They also have like a sun-dried tomato one. The spinach ones are my favorite for this. I happen to be at Aldi, and I noticed that they have this, a spinach wrap. So this is really the only processed food item that we're using. The rest of it is plant-based. We're going to take one of these bad boys, put it down, take about a decent spoonful, put it on the tortilla. You don't want too full because we're adding more to this, and just wait. I'm now going to spoon over a decent amount of my homemade ranch to give it the flavor. And then I have chopped leaf lettuce and chopped fresh spinach. That's all I have in here. So the green for the health. So just kind of sprinkle that over. And now we're going to wrap it like a burrito. I am so not the best burrito wrapper. It's going to be a big freaking mess. Bear with me, whatever. Okay, now I have a burrito, but the best part, I have a pan heating up here on medium heat. We want to brown the outside edges. So I'm going to put this seam side down on that pan, just to kind of crisp it up a little bit. You don't have to do this. It just adds the flavor and texture when you kind of brown it up. So I'm going to do that on all four sides and be right back. All right, look at that. Kind of browned it on all 4 sides, and now for, of course, my favorite part. We're gonna cut this bad boy. I'm gonna be off. Ooh, it's too hot. I'm gonna kind of do it on a fancy little angle here. Look at that! All right, it's really warm, but now for the taste test. All those flavors in there, the buffalo sauce, the red hot, the homemade cream, the homemade ranch, and then the crispy texture with those fresh leafy greens along with the crispy roasted vegetables, full of fiber, full of protein. Holy crap. You're going to have to let me know if you try this and if it turns out for you. Also, if it does, please like this and subscribe so you can stay tuned for recipes like this. I made some delicious homemade blueberry muffins earlier, whole food plant-based, and they're sitting back there cooling. So please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when this here video comes out. I'm going to apply this to my pie hole and see you in the next video. Don't forget to eat clean and live loud. See you soon. Welcome or welcome back. Rude. There's a whole bunch. I'm Corinne. Welcome to my channel.